So, unpopular opinion, you don't have to forgive anybody. You don't owe anyone your forgiveness. You owe to yourself to forgive yourself for allowing yourself, if you were able to leave a situation, you can forgive yourself if that's even necessary, because some people are victimized and it was not anything that they could have done to prevent it. So, that's the only person you have to forgive, if you have to forgive yourself. You don't have to forgive anyone else for something they've done to you. Absolutely not. To me, that's so dumb. It's so stupid. You don't have to be upset and walking around with that pain and whatever, and feeling a type of way and feeling mad and feeling upset and angry at someone. You don't have to feel that way. But no one can tell you that you need to forgive someone. Some things people do are unforgivable. And then they say, forget it. So I'm just supposed to forgive this person and forget what they did so that they can go around and do it again? They can go and do it again? No, I don't believe in that. That doesn't make any sense to me. That sounds like someone who's trying to be controlling. Now, I can choose, if I choose to forgive someone, that is a choice of mine. But it's not something I have to do, because then people say, oh, well, if you don't, you'll be bitter. I'm not bitter at people that I just have chosen not to forgive, because I don't care about them. I don't care enough about them to to be thinking about it all the time. But I also care about myself enough to recognize that there are some things that people have done that are unforgivable. And that's just what it is. To say otherwise would be delusional. And I don't forget it either. In fact, I remember it, because I believe that you have to learn from your past mistakes. And that includes what you've experienced with people. You have to be able to learn from it. So if I forget about it, how the F can I analyze it and figure out what I can do better next time to make sure that this situation doesn't happen again? I think you should remember and learn from it. Darn forgive and forget. That's so stupid. No, I don't believe in forgiving and forgetting. I believe in remembering and learning. Remember and evolve. Remember what this person did and ensure that it doesn't happen again. Learn from the mistake that I made, or from, even if it wasn't a mistake that I made, learn from the situation and figure out, when this situation presents itself again, how will I handle it better next time? How will I ensure that this situation that I do not want, this result that I do not want, how do I evolve so that this does not happen again? That's what I do. And I have had a lot more success with that than the forgive and forget BS nonsense. I've had a lot more success. I have a lot less drama with that as well. Because people don't learn. If you just keep sweeping things under the rug that someone does to you, they're going to keep doing it. And in fact, the longer you allow something, the more it intensifies, the more it increases. So the worse someone treats you, the longer you are with them, they're going to treat you worse, progressively worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Whatever you allow progressively intensifies. That's what it is. You cannot allow or tolerate certain things. And that's just what it is as well. And forgiving and forgetting are one of the things that are holding people back. You need to remember and learn. Or we could say remember and respond. If someone is continuing to harass you and you ignoring them has not worked, figure out a different way to address it. Sometimes you have to turn that MFer in the face and let them know you're crazy too. I always think, the first thing I think of when I think of this was when I was going to the gym, and this black man was like following me around at the freaking gym. And I told the people who worked there and they didn't do anything. And then finally I was talking to my mom and she reminded me, out crazy him. So this day specifically, I said, all right, I will. So I saw him, and of course he proceeds to get on the machine next to me. And so I start whispering about, like, how, I'm watching him. I got eyes on him. He doesn't know who I'm talking about, but I'm like, I'm watching him. He's right next to me, this and third. So then he gets off of I get off of the machine, and I knew he was going to follow me. So I went behind a pillar so that when he turned, he would be turning to see where I was, but I was standing there. So when he turned, I bucked at him, and I'm like, and he was like, so then all of a sudden he didn't want to follow me. But that wasn't enough, because I had let this go on for far too long. And he thought that I was going to be his victim. He thought he could victimize me. So I had let it go on for far too long, so I could forgive myself for allowing that behavior. So then I went out of my way to show him that I took a picture of him, and then I sent it, and I said in his earshot, okay, I just sent you, that's the guy. And I made it very clear that I sent a picture of him to someone. And then I proceeded to follow him around the gym. And you know what? I never even saw him at the gym after that. And if I did, it was like he would go the other way. So I literally wouldn't see him, because he would go out of his way to stay away from me. But for me, I didn't appreciate that. Do not come up to me and follow me around, because when I was trying to be polite and, whatever, forgot who I was as well and whose daughter I was, I'm walking up trying to just leave me alone, and he wouldn't. And then the behavior got progressively worse to the point where I was like, I got to call my mama, because, if my mama say go, it's go time. Now I can do my own go time meter, but what I'm saying, like, I had to call in for reinforcements, like, this is what's happening. She said, out crazy him. I said, you're right. So that's what the F I did. I didn't forgive him. Cause for what? I'm supposed to forgive him for trying to make me feel uncomfortable? Nah. You wanna play? Let's play. You wanna try to make someone feel uncomfortable? Let me show you how uncomfortable can get, baby. Let me show you what's really good. And then all of a sudden he didn't want to do it anymore. Then all of a sudden he didn't want to follow me around. So that's why I say forgive and forget is stupid. Why would what do I look like? And then I'm supposed to forget what he did so he can do it again? No. And then you can't forget it either, because if that happens again, you can remember, oh, well, the last time I said out crazy effort, this is what I did. So let me do it again. Because, like, people want people who they think that they can F with. Like, there's another thing, like, people say that things aren't real, but, like, I be having some experiences, like, this really happened. So I was going to the grocery store, and I was told that if your jewelry ever breaks, it's because it repelled a curse off of you. That's like a tale. So anytime a piece of jewelry breaks, I get really attentive, because at that point I'm like, okay, like, something's off here. Why did my jewelry just break? So I had a really large keychain that was my sorority in college. I had a really large keychain because it was like I was fresh out of school. So, when you fresh out, like, everything you do is your sorority fraternity. So I had a big old, like, keychain that was like a metal thing, and it had AH on it. So then it gets stuck in the grocery cart out of nowhere. Like, I got all my groceries out, and then pop, and the freaking thing breaks. And so immediately I'm like, what's going on? So I look up, and my mom ain't raised no fool. So I had the cart in a space so where because I was moving stuff around, if someone came up and I didn't see them, I could just jump in the car, and it, they couldn't, do anything because of the way I had it maneuvered. But anyway, this man comes up to me. I'm like, man, you must not know I'm crazy, and like, that's why in the Girl Scout workshop my mom and I do, we teach them, like, be crazy, out crazy people, analyze the situation around you so you can know, like, how crazy does crazy have to get out here. So as soon as the thing broke, I figured something was going on. So I look up, there's this man, like, he's walking to me like this, like he's a freaking zombie or something. So at that point, I'm like, you know what? Like, it's light outside, it's a lot of people around, it's not just gonna be, like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but You ain't finna be doing this to me. And because I always also feel disrespected too. So it's like a double-edged sword. And I'm already crazy. So then I take the grocery cart and I like push it in the middle of the road because I feel like, you know, I won't have as much of a chance if we're in this small space between the cars. Because I don't know, my instinct didn't tell me to just get in the car and like try to hit him or anything. My instincts told me like, you know, boss up. So I do what my instincts tell me to do. So then I put the thing in the car and I'm like looking at him like, I don't know. I was just on like Pharaoh mode at this point. And then he went the other way and left. And I think I was like, what's up? What's up? Like, what you want to do? Like, what? I don't know what I'm about to do either, but like, what are you going over here to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? What you want to do? And then he turned around and walked away. And I was like, wow. So some people just want to see somebody scared. They just, I don't know what it is. They're weirdos. They just want to feel like someone is afraid of them. And what I look like forgiving him for what? Whatever energy he had was so intensely negative that it broke my freaking thing that wasn't even jewelry. It was the only piece of thing that could be considered jewelry that I had on, but it was not even jewelry. And his negative vibe self broke the freaking thing in half because of his tail. But then when I show him, I'm not afraid of you. I don't know what you thought this was, but I'm not. I don't fear you. I don't fear you. N-word. And then all of a sudden he didn't want to do whatever he was trying to do. So like, you can't be out here fearing these people, because there are people, as crazy as it sounds, there are people who just enjoy that. Like, not just so they want to see you go through a haunted forest or a haunted mansion, whatever. Like, no, like there are real people who like fear. They get off on that weirdo stuff. They get off on people screaming and being scared. They get off on that. But then as soon as you show them, I'm crazy too, buddy, then all of a sudden they don't want no smoke. That guy was following me around for weeks. But when I finally said, you know, I'm sick of this, mama, let me tell you what's up, then it was a wrap. He didn't follow me around anymore. And so then I learned from that, okay. And so that helped me navigate. So like now, as soon as I feel like somebody's trying to do crazy stuff, I immediately get into out crazy mode because I don't have those problems anymore. And if someone does try to get, you know, weirdo, I'm still like, what? Are you following me around? And I even say, like, are you following me? Like, I see you, fool. I may act like I don't see you, but I see you until it's time to let you know that I see you. I'm waiting for you at the end of the aisle, buddy. You thought I didn't notice? I'm waiting for you at the end of the aisle. I'm pulled up. I'm waiting for you in the diaper section because I know you on my tail. I'm waiting for you. And I'm waiting like this. And then all of a sudden they leave. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing. People like that kind of stuff. So that's why I say do not forgive and forget, especially as a woman. You need to remember and act accordingly. You need to remember what people have done to you in the past so that you can protect yourself in the future. And forgiving and forgetting is stupid, in my opinion, for that reason. Now, if you want to, we can duke it out in the comments, but I'm not a duker outer. I don't give a F what you comment as long as you leave one. I will respond for the most part. I don't respond to everything, but if you leave a comment, even if you try to, one guy recently, I had someone call me the B word, but then they deleted their comment because you sound stupid and ignorant. You're on your faceless page leaving hate comments. You don't have anything going on in your life, and that's a you problem. But I still enjoy the comments. I think it's rather hilarious. And though, you know, like, so that's why I say I don't believe in forgiving and forgetting. If anyone, I'll forgive myself and I forget you as a human being and I move on with my life, but I don't forget the things that I've experienced. I don't forget the things that people have done, because then they could just turn around and do it again and I could end up in the same situation again. Anything you don't address intensifies over time. Anything you accept intensifies over time. So I have to make sure that the things that I am accepting are the things that I desire. As soon as I notice a weed, I gotta pull it out. I learned through not forgiving and forgetting that when someone shows me that they are a habitual line stepper to immediately establish a boundary. Before I even get to see who people are, establish a boundary. I've also learned that the moment you give someone a compliment, they show you who they really are. The moment you tell them how good they are, they show you who they really are. So, yeah. Bye. Make sure you like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.